Продовжуємо проходити Хогвартс. Поїхали за нашим професором.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Добре, це добре. Сподіваюсь, так і буде.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up. Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Lumos.
Так.
Revelio.
Оба. Понял. Так. О, прикольно. Тобто ще й можна додаткові речі відблокувати.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities. No time to waste.
Ого. Це все мої закляття
Classes to
майбутні.
attend.
О. Прикольно. Знайшов готішка. Привіт, шановна.
Ah, good timing.
Що там?
Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Мапа. Великий зал. Швидке переміщення, непогано, бистро навчили.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
О, це мені знадобиться.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack.
Ну, він балабол,
My suspicion
конечно.
is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for
Не
now.
переживай, він такий балабол всім сам розповість.
Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself.
Ну,
Might I
нарешті.
rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Добре,
Of course.
бувайте.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Добре, добре. До побачення.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And
Хто ти
you.
балабол?
I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir, but I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Угу. Понял.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly
Ніфіга
helpful.
ти класний
Thank you.
чувак, дякую тобі.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For
Добре,
now,
добре.
focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Так, ладно. Ага. А як мені забрати це?
Revelio.
That's the last time I have a potion idea that I
Непогано.
write down.
А як відкрити двері? А, от так. Я тут щось побачив. Я так і знав.
Revelio.
Так, я замки ще не вмію відкривати. Пізніше. Ніфіга. Давайте почнемо завдання.
Is that all you've got?
Йоу!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Так, пігнали. What? Я вивчив Левіоса.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Так. Ну давай. Що мені його виробить?
Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast?
Бачу.
This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Levioso! Well done. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Should be easy. Tego. Complicates things.
О!
How's the view?
You're good.
How perceptive. Thank you.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Нафіга мені не повезло. На.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
На.
Students for this event.
Ну, достатньо його було його скинуть, так?
Duel.
Not bad for a beginner.
А, що ти
You
думав?
give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
Дякую.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh.
О,
Fair enough.
нормально я
You owe
насипав.
me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library.
І головне
You
нікому
just
не
have to be
розповідати про
clever
клуб.
enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Круто. Новий левел. Так. Я так розумію, на другому поверсі. А як дістати до нього?
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Угу. На другому поверсі.
Revelio.
Ще вище. І ще вище, господи. Скільки тут поверсів?
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to go back to the lesson.
Ну, давайте почнемо завдання.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student.
Так.
Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
О,
Shall we begin? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
так.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible. That now happens to the best of us. Splendid!
Угу.
Very good.
Стой. А,
Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss
згодно.
Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Клір.
Be sharp.
Ну, звичайно, він буде п'ятихатку вибивати. Да він тут якось неправильно так їде. Чого ти стала поруч?
Let us see this.
Ну ти до дупи. Ще одна п'ятихатка буде, ну звичайно, чи я здивований? Ні.
Excellent control there.
Watch this. That is how it's done.
Я так розумію, мені просто тут треба програти, так? Ну, останній полтинник теж непогано. Та ви що? В будь-якому випадку у нас максимум нічия
Let us
була.
make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Угу. Що ти зробив?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
Да-да.
This round settles it all.
Here we go.
Чи я здивований?
There we go.
That's it.
З'їж це, собака.
Let us see this.
Х'юх. Так, треба зробити так, щоб ще й не задіти. Ой, перельот, ну. Я задивився.
Happens to the best of us.
Ах. Я хочу скинутись. Можна це закінчити, будь ласка?
That is how it's done.
Так, мені треба зробити це в будь-якому випадку. Так, і буде сотка.
Well done.
Well done. Оце даже як ти хотіла. Фу, йокарний бабай. Це було тяжко.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Дякую, дякую.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you.
Ну,
Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting.
добре, не
Until
будемо.
next time.
Побачимось.
Of course, you can use Accio.
A word, if you
О, ти
would.
там вже собі
You
придумав.
wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Дякую. Поняв, прийняв. О! Йокарний бабай.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Угу. Ось це мені треба. Угу, мені просто вниз спуститись треба, так? У мене щось є? А може ні, треба він мені? Ну да, виглядає якось паршивенько. Насправді. Його можна зняти? А що за капелюк? Так. О, рукавичка можна ягати. Легендарна накидка. Ніфіга собі. І де ці легендарні рукавиці? Несправедливо. А, ось вони. Здається, я зрозумів, що це. Так. Ряга. П'ятки вдягнути. Змінити. Так. На ось ці, так? Понял. Ах. Ладно. Так, нам назад. Полетіли. Ще нижче. Привіт, чуваче. О, кицька, кицька, привіт, кицька. Ну... Кота. О.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Я теж тебе радий бачити. Ого. А де мій ФПС? Так. Блін. На дворик. У нас нічого нема. Ще одна кишечка тут є. Окей. Ну, нарешті. Що вона тут?
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Добрий день.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Давай, хлопаче.
Ah, there you are.
Ось і я. Розповідайте.
I trust your first classes went well?
Так, було добре.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near, what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
Lumos,
that's correct, Professor. I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Та ви що?
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Це було б круто.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Понял. На цьому ми будемо скінчувати серію. Ставте вподобайку, підписуйтесь на канал. Пока-пока.